What's going on, everyone? Happy Saturday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. If you did test positive, I hope you have a full and speedy recovery with no long-term issues. It is time now for the Saturday edition of the Pandemic Update for Saturday, December 23rd of Christmas weekend. That's right. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and then comes Christmas. We're coming down to the home stretch. So if you just tested positive for COVID, yeah, you know what that means. You have to miss out on COVID. First off, if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where we do the daily pandemic update. Right now, we're doing them from out in the wild. After today, we will be back in my office doing data-filled updates from my computer. So if you're interested in seeing that, or maybe you like what you're seeing already, give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. All right, starting off with my notes today. We do have just a few things for you today. And then I do have a couple of observations for you today. Some things that I don't believe we have mentioned yet during this week of Out in the Wild pandemic updates. First, let's get to a couple data points. First off, New Jersey. 69 out of 70 hospitals are reporting. That's almost all hospitals on Christmas weekend. That's just remarkable. 889 hospitalizations and 116 people in the ICU. North of New Jersey, New York State, I have nothing. They did not report anything for today. Then we come down to New Jersey Turnpike to Philadelphia. 777. That's the number of EMS incidents. Usually that would be a lucky number. In this case, it's a little unlucky because, hey, it is higher than yesterday's hospitalization number. Then we come over to this. There is a virus outbreak on a train in Russia. One dead. It was a child who's dead. 137 people hospitalized. I do not know the total number of people on the train. I do not know the total number of infections. And I also don't know what the virus actually is. It just says there has been a virus outbreak on the train. And it's an unknown virus at this point in time. So that's something we will have to follow that is rather interesting at this time. All right, some observations that I'm seeing. First off, I'm seeing on social media a lot of people posting about sudden illnesses causing the deaths or maybe cardiac arrest. It's up right now. The number of people dying. I just saw a neighborhood establishment post the other day that they had the sudden death of a family member. It's a bar, which I don't associate in any of that right now. Now's not the time for that, but you know, you do follow sometimes. You follow things on social media, and I saw that one of their family members died that worked there. That's rather sad. And then I saw this. Now, I don't listen to this radio program, and I'm going to, for the record, say that right now. My parents do for some reason. I don't know why. They've had a few guests on the radio program, which I'm not too fond of. I don't know who the doctors were, but they did go on to the road of against vaccination, all that, which we do not agree with whatsoever. If you haven't had your booster shot, go out and get your booster shot. But anywho, the point being made is, it's George Noory, the Coast to Coast AM radio program. On the weekends, apparently he's not there. There's another guy who comes in, and his name is Ian Punnett. Well, apparently, because of a brief illness, that's what it says. As you know, oftentimes it says he suffered a brief illness, and he passed away. He died. I believe he was only 60 years old, something like that. Yeah, if you know his actual age, leave it down below. But again, if you know anything about the radio program, Coast to Coast, maybe you listen to it for whatever reason. Yeah, he passed away. He was one of the weekend hosts. He also had a spin-off program of his own. Something else I am observing right now out in the wild. You know, I do a lot of driving when I'm doing deliveries, so I happen to notice things. I see an increased number of people wearing masks walking on the sidewalk, which is a good thing. I just saw, just before we started this, I saw someone walking, a father-daughter, walking around masked. I thought, wow, fantastic. But you also got to wonder, are they currently positive? Or are they just trying to do the right thing? I saw at the grocery store, yes, we had to make it to the grocery store early today because I was afraid they would be out of things later in the day. And I saw a ton I'm not kidding you when I say this. A ton of people masked today. I would go on to say, at the giant grocery store I was at in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, I would say it was close to 50%, maybe a little over 50%. That's great. Now, there's a bad thing that I am saying, that I have seen a lot of this week, and it's a sign of the times of virus season. It's a sign of these sudden deaths, which I just told you about. I'm seeing a rather large increase right now in funerals. I'm seeing a load of funeral processions. I saw at least 2 or 3 funeral processions yesterday. I saw a large, huge funeral at a church this morning. I was like, wow, that's a lot of cars parked for the funeral. And I knew it was a funeral because there was a hearse there. It had the funeral stickers on the car, had the little flags. I've just seen a lot this week. And that's telling me a lot of people are passing away. And also virus season is now leading to deaths. COVID deaths and COVID virus outbreaks, they happen throughout the year. But with all the other viruses coupled now, deaths are on the increase, and that's not a good thing. I'm thinking when we get the new update from BNO, which I don't know what day that's going to be. I'm assuming maybe Tuesday or Wednesday at this point, because remember, Christmas falls on Monday. The numbers are probably going to show close to 2,000 COVID-related deaths. Don't know what the flu deaths are going to be this week, but all the viruses total, when you add them all up, RSV, COVID, flu, tuberculosis, pneumonia, it's probably going to be over 3,000 in the United States this week. Yeah, it's going to be bad. So let me know, are you seeing an increased number of funeral processions when you happen to venture out? If you are, let us know down below, because I certainly am, and that's concerning. All right, we're coming down to the home stretch. I mean, if you haven't quarantined now and you may have had exposure, I'm sorry. You have to just do a Zoom for your Christmas Eve celebration or your Christmas Day celebration. And maybe it is you don't celebrate Christmas. That's fine too. If you don't celebrate Christmas, my advice to you would be, don't venture out right now. It is absolutely insanity. If I could show you what's going on to my right now, there's a road here that leads from the Willow Grove, Pennsylvania Mall. It's just been backed up all day long. People were honking horns earlier. It's absolutely insanity out here right now. And I guarantee you, a mall is not a place you want to be today. You're seeing masked people. You're seeing unmasked people, sick people. Someone like, oh, shoot, well, I mean, I'm positive, but I can't just not give the kids presents. I got to go out and get that little thing for Johnny. Or little Gia needs her presents. You know what I'm saying. I mean, it's happening. It's absolutely insanity. It slips the mind, and, you know, people are sick right now. People are testing positive for COVID. Alrighty, things to look for in the coming week. Guess what? We are doing a pandemic update tomorrow, data-filled one. And yes, we are doing one on Christmas Day. Is COVID going to take off Christmas? Heck no. Christmas Day will actually be a very high transmissible day for the viruses. And we're not taking that day off either. And of course, we'll have things off next week. I'm going to drop you a little secret. I am planning on doing a pandemic year in review at some point next week, leaning maybe towards the later portion of the week. I'm going to gather up some data and some numbers, and we're going to go over just, hey, what has changed? What has gotten better? What has gotten worse? Where do we stand after another year and an ongoing pandemic? Look for that later in the week, and maybe we'll have another special video as well. Alrighty, guys, that's really all I have for today. I didn't have much time to look at things. I will tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll probably do a little bit of data, a little bit of news, and then we'll do a lot of wastewater sites, because we're not going to do a full wastewater video, but we're just going to add in some other stuff, and I guarantee you I will find some news when I go and check and do my searches this evening. Of course, if you follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky, you'll probably find out about some of those news stories ahead of time, because obviously I will tweet them out first before I talk about them. All right, if you're gathering with anyone tonight, whether it be small or large, I'm not really for anyone doing large gatherings, but if you're doing a small gathering, please do so safely. I don't want to see comments saying, well, we ended up doing this large gathering and now we all tested positive. I'm hoping I don't see any comments like that ahead, but hey, if it happens, don't worry. We'll help you get through it. Alrighty, guys, that's all for today. If you don't check out my channel over the next couple days, which obviously, hey, understandable, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I will see you all again tomorrow. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel down below. If you know anyone that needs to see this content, maybe they just tested positive for COVID. They're not certain what to do. Trust me, I think we're going to be probably doing another video on that again this week, because that is an oh so important topic, especially now when we're at, yes, 1 million infections a day. It's not something to be proud of. It's something we have to deal with, and it's something we have to get through. I will see you guys all again next time. Until I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone. And once again, Happy Holidays. Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching.